Hey, what's going on? Luke here, and I wish I was doing this video under better circumstances. I'm sitting here sort of just talking off the top of my head. Haven't really got too many points I want to get across. Obviously doing a video talking about the Bulldogs losing last night. Might even touch on the Panthers losing, but the main topic for this video will be the Bulldogs. And me is sitting here as a disappointed Bulldogs fan. Once again, after last week, there was so much optimism. I was going around, I'm back at work now, I'm back from my holidays, back at work, and you talk to other just NRL fans in general, and the kind of general consensus was, geez, maybe Bulldogs have finally turned the corner. We beat the Roosters. Roosters are generally a pretty good side. We're probably one of the premiership favourites before the season started, and we picked up a victory against them. It was hard fought, it was gritty. I did a video last week, I was all excited. Come up against the Raiders side, no Jack Whiten, definitely not in form. Out of form is probably, I don't know, generous to the Raiders at the moment, and yet we go to Canberra and we get smashed essentially. The scoreline doesn't necessarily reflect that we got flogged, but we may as well have got flogged. We were never in that game at all. Apart from the no try at the start of the game, not even really at the start of the game, but the no try where Addo went over. As soon as that happened and the Raiders went up and scored, it was like, all right, this is going to be one of them games. Very scrappy, poor performance, got some calls go against us, but end of the day, ball control was absolutely poor, just no direction, just felt like no game plan. You got guys like Matt Burton, Josh Addo just trying their guts out week after week, playing in a shit side like this. Week after week they go in there, they try their best, and you got all the players around them letting them down. Time after time. It's so frustrating. I can't imagine being Josh Addo going from the Storm, being Matt Burton going from Penrith, two teams who have just won the last two premierships, and going to this Bulldog side and playing with some of these guys. Matt Duffy, why you take a dummy there? Literally, if you played any junior footy, even if you haven't even played, you know you take the man every single time. And Matt Duffy avoids contact at all costs. That's literally what it was. Brett Naden's another one. Signed on, not big money, but I thought at least he's going to be an improvement on some of the guys we've had in the past. Definitely not the case. Couldn't do anything at centre, hasn't done anything on the wing. It's dumbfounding me, some of the signings that have been made. And there's been a lot of talk about the signings, and I've sat here and I've tried to defend them, and I started off calm, but here we go, we're starting to get fired up here. I've sat here and I've defended a lot of these signings and said, hey, let's just see how Duffy goes. Let's see how a guy like Brent Naden goes. Had some off-field troubles at Penrith. Obviously got kicked to the curb at Penrith too. But let's give these guys a go. Even like the previous years, you Hetheringtons and stuff. Let's just give them a go. Let's see how they go. They're not really big name players, but we'll wait and see if they can get the job done on the field. Another guy like Corey Waddell. And week after week, just total shit. Total shit, and we have to sit here and cop it as supporters. If anyone says anything on Twitter, feel good, blocks you, they call you an idiot, just things like that. And it's like, we're not idiots. We're looking here, we can see it. Everybody can see it. Trent Barrett can't coach. The players on the field, they should be hooked. Matt Duffy, when he takes that dummy, you can't leave him on the field. I know it's like you don't want to pull your fullback, but oh my God, that is the most basic thing. How are you taking a dummy like that? Especially to Matt friggin' Frawley. He used to play for the Bulldogs. I watched him. He was one of the players I was talking about as plotters. The Bulldogs are full of plotters at the moment. Then you've got a select few who try their guts out and they don't get rewarded at all. And then you get a week like last week where we finally get a win and you think, geez, maybe things are changing. And no, they're not. They followed up by losing to arguably one of the worst teams in the comp at the moment. And I think that just sort of solidifies the fact that we are the worst team in the comp. I know we're on the bottom of the ladder. Knights are there, obviously. I can't not talk about worst teams and not mention the Knights. But at the same time, though, I don't even know if we beat the Knights. I don't think we would beat the Knights, to be honest with you. Something's off. We've got enough good players that we should be winning more games and being more competitive in some of these games. But last night, dead set. There's no excuse for losing that one. You can lose to teams like Manly and the Rabbitohs and Penrith and the Storm and that sort of stuff. I don't care if a score is put on us by the Storm. Losing to the Raiders with the team that they put out, there is no excuse, and I know all Bulldogs fans are going to be behind me when I say this, that there's no excuse to lose to the Raiders at this point. Dead set. They just lost to the Warriors. Come on, and that's not a knock on the Warriors, but it was such a bad game from the Warriors, and yet the Warriors still won it. It just showed everything about the Raiders. The Raiders were finding ways to lose, and yet they come up against us, and we found a way to lose, and they found a way to win. it's so frustrating. I was trying to take this one, but I had to just cut it because, I don't know, it's just, I feel like I'm rambling, but I feel like it needs to be said. Like, a lot of this stuff is just, we got so many plotters in the side, and that's really, really all it needs to be said. I think everybody knows who they are. Your Waddells, your Nathans, your Dufties. They're exactly right up there. Even when Ockenball plays, he's probably worse than all of them, but Marshall King, a big one. He tries hard, but at the same time, like, trying hard and actually being good are just two different things. We've got a guy in Josh Cook who looks the goods in the trials, seems to be pretty good in New South Wales Cup, and it's just typical Bulldogs. Never gives anyone opportunities. Anyone who's knocking down the door, they let them go off to other clubs, and then they finally get the opportunity. Then they end up playing for Australia. Damien Cook, does that sound familiar? Yeah, exactly, it does. It's very frustrating being a Bulldog supporter and looking at the development of players, looking at the recruitment, because we have recruited some good players. Pangai is a good player. Bit of an idiot, but he is a good player. You've got guys like Burton, Addo Carr, talked about them already. Even Paul Vaughan has been pretty good for us, but then you go ahead and you chuck in Duffy, you chuck in Nathan, you chuck in guys like Waddell, Hetherington hasn't really done much for us. Even down to Flanagan. Like, Flanagan's not been bad when he's played, but he's on big money. He needs to do more than what he offers. I just don't get this Bulldog side. I don't get Trent Barrett. I don't get a lot of the team selections. Josh Jackson at lock is not working, but he's on such a big contract. He's the captain of the side. Where do you put him? You can't really drop him, but I think he does hurt the side playing at lock, if I have to say it. I hate to say it because Josh Jackson's been one of my favourites for years, but I think he does hurt the side. Last week, Max King plays lock. One of the shining lights, Max King. He plays lock and we win. I don't think that's necessarily a coincidence. So, look, I am rambling at this point. I've been rambling the whole time, but I just needed to do a video talking about this. I mean, losses happen. We saw Penrith lose to the Eels, who haven't been winning in the last couple of weeks, been losing to some pretty poor sides, and then they come out and beat Penrith. Obviously, a lot of it goes down to Dylan Brown going back into the halves, and they always seem to step up against Penrith for some reason. They always seem to trouble them. Same with like Eels against the Storm. Just something about the Eels, they can take on these big sides and beat them. They just can't beat the shittier side, so they'd probably lose to the Bulldogs. Okay, let's not go too crazy. Parramatta have won, so it just shows you that like upsets are going to happen. There's been a lot of upsets as of late. I think I even said that in my tips and predictions video. Super hard to predict this year, apart from really Penrith and the Storm, and then Penrith come out and lose. But apart from them two, you couldn't really tip anyone with confidence and say they're 100% going to win. That's what I felt anyways. At least the last couple of rounds, there's been a lot of upsets. So, look, the Bulldogs losing, like, it is disappointing, and I am super disappointed. Obviously, I'm making a video. I've literally just started getting all worked up talking about it, and I started off the video pretty calm, and I was pretty calm going into the video, but we ended up how we ended up. But look, a lot of the Bulldogs' problems going forward, I think they do get fixed. Talking about Penrith, kick-out looks amazing at the moment. We've signed him. You got Reid Marnie, who looked amazing for the Eels too. So, two of our biggest problems are the edge back rowers, which kick our soul. So you got kick out, and then you got Pangai, hell of a back row. Then you can probably do something with the lock position maybe there as well. Maybe Pangai plays lock, I don't really know, but you've got some more options there. We haven't really got that strike second row. I know Pangai plays second row, but we don't have that guy who can just hit a hole or just has the skill that Kickout has. I think Kickout's going to be great for us. And then Reid Marnie, the service from dummy half has been absolutely atrocious for years and years and years. Pretty much since Michael Ennis left, we had Leacher, we had Damien Cook, and we let him go. Didn't give him a chance. Thank you for that, Des. Much appreciated. We didn't even want the New South Wales and Australian hooker. Who cares? We had Michael Leacher. But you add in Reid Marnie, who is probably next in line to be the Queensland hooker, probably after Harry Grant and maybe even like Ben Hunt at a stretch, but he's right in the mix there. Reid Marnie's been killing it the last couple of years. He is a great signing. I think he's going to change a lot of our fortunes there. Burton doesn't really have much to work with. Flanagan doesn't have much to work with. If we can land someone who's a half-decent fullback who puts in every week, not just once every couple of weeks, he looks alright. Like Matt Duffy, I'm seeing the same problems as what the Dragons fans saw. He come out and score a great try. He can play a great game. He can play a man of the match game, but then he follows it up with a performance like that. Like, it's just, you can't do that in the NRL. You can't be that hot and cold, and that's why he got dropped. He got dropped for Sloan, who's not even playing this year. So, yeah, I don't know. A lot of frustration at the Bulldogs, but I think it can be solved next year. Just a matter of it being like another year that we're probably going to get the wooden spoon. And this year, I definitely did not expect a wooden spoon. Last year, it was like, all right, we haven't got the greatest of sides, a lot of questions marks, but like we probably will avoid the wooden spoon. But if we got it, not that surprising. Whereas this year, if we get the wooden spoon, super surprising with all the signings we've made. But yeah, Trent Barrett's got to go. That's it. He's got to go. I did a tweet. I think I did a YouTube post as well. Trent Barrett has got to go. He can't coach. He couldn't coach Manly. He can't coach the Bulldogs. That's where I'm going to end this video. Trent Barrett needs to go. Anyways, guys, if you happen to enjoy this video, probably enjoy it more than the game, more than I enjoyed it. But if you enjoyed this video, enjoy this little rant, go ahead and leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Also, make sure to use the notification bell. Don't rely on the sub boxes. Use the notification bell and never miss any of my videos. Also, while you're at it, go ahead and chuck me a follow on social media. Just mention that I did some tweets and such. Go ahead and follow me. It's Mr. Luke on YT for the most part. Facebook's Mr. Luke, but everything else, including Snapchat, including TikTok, is Mr. Luke on YT. Also, become a member of the channel. Yeah, you get lots of exclusive little perks there. Just click on the link in the description below. It will take you straight to where you sign up to become a member. It will show you what you get from each level, and you can go ahead and pick some. Also, becoming a member, it really does help out the channel a lot. It just encourages you to keep uploading and keep doing the streams because it just makes you feel sort of appreciated. So, yeah, go ahead and become a member of the channel. And guys, that's where I'm going to wrap up this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more content on the channel. Hopefully a little bit more positive than this one, but yeah, stay tuned for it. I've got plenty more Rugby League Life Force stuff to go up as well. So stay tuned for more content on the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. See yous.